Hi friends, it's Tanya with Sweet Tea's Stampin' Spot, and I am excited to start a little series, I call it that, little series of Facebook Lives for the next 10 weeks. So starting today is week 1 of 10, and I'll be doing a Facebook Live each week on Tuesday around lunchtime. Sometimes it'll be right at noon, sometimes it'll be closer to 12:30. But I am excited to share a Christmas card each week now, starting today and going through each Tuesday until Christmas. So we have 10 weeks of Tuesdays left until Christmas. And I thought this would be fun to just share a new card every week. And I'm excited to do that. And so let me know if you're watching live. And if you do miss one, of course, you can watch a replay here at Sweet Tea's Stampin' Spot in the videos section. You can also hop over, and if you're looking, maybe you are watching this actually on YouTube, just subscribe to my channel and you will get notifications when I post the videos each week. So they should be posted on YouTube usually no later than Wednesday each week, and so that way you don't miss one of the 10 weeks of Christmas. So a couple of things. Again, thank you for joining me, and I've got some stuff going on in the background here. My ice maker, I'm currently doing its draining and cleaning for the month, and so that's been doing that all morning. And I have a little ice maker that makes my favorite Sonic style ice, so if anybody is an Sonic ice fan, you know what I'm talking about. But I love that little ice maker, and that's a new addition to my studio. I've got stuff over here that was left over from my craft fair that I haven't finished putting away from this weekend. Had a lot of fun at the craft fair, talked to a lot of people. Maybe you're watching and maybe you're somebody I met at the craft fair. Say hi. I'd love to reach out and touch base with you because I have card classes coming up, and if you stop by my booth, you may have gotten a free card class pass. And so you want to redeem that during October, November, and December. There were certain dates of classes that you could come to for free. You can pick one if you came by my booth and picked up one of those little free class passes from me. All right, so let me get started. Hi, Liz. Thanks for joining. I'm going to be doing a card today that features a bundle out of the mini catalog, but also one of the stamp sets from the annual catalog. So kind of mix and match things together. Not a traditional Christmas card color. It is traditional because it's red and greenish, but they're not like your standard real red and garden green. I'm actually using Poppy Parade and Granny Apple Green, so a little bit more bright colors, but still very Christmassy with some gold accents. So I'll be flipping my phone down in just a second. Hi Irene, thank you for joining me. So glad to see you on here. Hope you're doing well down in Texas. We here in Virginia, it is definitely fall. The cool air has moved in, and I actually do have my windows open here, and I've actually had to close a few because I keep getting chilly and I refuse to put on a sweatshirt yet because then I get too hot. So I'm trying to moderate my temperature here in the studio in this space. So Liz took a break from work and she's so glad she did. Now you can watch. So thank you for joining on your break. All right, so like I said, I'm excited to share these 10 weeks of Christmas with you. And don't fret if you miss one of the cards. You could always go back and watch it on the videos section. But every Tuesday I'll be sharing a new Christmas card. So here we go. I'm going to flip us down. And when I flip us down, of course, I do cover the camera. And so if you're seeing like a yellowish greenish color, that's my Post-it. Orange should change its colors as I flip around. And then we'll be looking at my desktop. So here we go. Hopefully, yep, you can see it. I'm going to adjust the light real quick. Hopefully you can see that pretty good. Well, it's actually, you got cool weather down there too, Irene. Nice. I mean, again, it's fall. It is middle-ish of October, so we're expecting to have fall temps, I guess, and here they are. Let me just make sure I can find myself here. I did, and I want to make sure I can see comments because when I turn my phone down, I can't see them very well. So I don't want to miss your comments, so make sure, there they are, okay. Then the heat will come back. Yeah, the heat, we are not totally done with, you know, the warmer temperatures here either, but we did have a little bit of a cool snap, so but I think it's going to kind of settle out a bit for us here where I'm at in Virginia. Okay, a couple of things real quick I wanted to mention before I stamp is that there is an awesome starter kit promotion right now, and it goes until October 31st, so just under 2 weeks. So Monday the 31st is the last day to take advantage of this offer. Instead of getting 125 in product, you actually get to choose 155 in product, so it's a bonus $30 in product of your choice. You get to pick your kit. So if you have a wish list from the mini catalog that's pretty large, you definitely want to consider doing that. My team, the Sweet Tea Stampers, is a growing team, and we love to welcome new team members. And you don't have to be local. We have team members in Florida and South Carolina and Georgia, Pennsylvania, Iowa, so all over the U.S. But I would love to have you join our team, the Sweet Tea Stampers. Feel free to reach out to me. You can contact me via my website, tanyareed.stampinup.net. There is actually a join now button, so if you have your wish list ready and are ready to buy your starter kit, you just want to make sure your kit doesn't go over 155. It won't allow you on the starter kit to go over that amount. You can always buy extra later once you've gotten your starter kit, and of course you would be getting anything after that at a 20% discount to start. So it's a great deal. I love it when they throw out the extra product in the kits, because again, it's things you pick out, not a specific product that they're giving you, but something you pick out. So an extra $30 could be some cards, some extra cardstock, envelopes, more ink pads or refills. It could be a stamp set, it could be a punch, it could be whatever you want. It could be a couple of those things combined together. You just got to make sure your kit stays at no more than 155. So that's that. The other thing is I do have a host code open. If you're not interested in the starter kit, my host code for August is FEGG2P6P. And so with this 10 weeks of Christmas, I have something a little extra happening too. So anytime you place an online order using my host code, and of course these are going to change each month, but if you place an order in October, November, or December with my host code that equals 35 or more online, then you're going to get 3 of my card packets from my 10 weeks of Christmas. Now, it's going to be any of the 10 that I do, you're going to get 3 of them, and it will just be all the parts and pieces. You would have to add your own stamps, but most of them are enough that if you have some Christmassy stamps or some random stamps, which most of you do, you would be able to complete the cards with what you have on hand and using some basic ink colors. But again, if you place a 35 or more order any of these months in these 10 weeks, October, November, and December, with my host codes, you will get 3 of the card packets that I'm going to be sharing throughout these 10 weeks. And it's just going to be random. Not everybody's going to get the same 3. But you won't get any duplicates. You'll have 3 different cards. If your order is more than 50 for any of these orders during October, November, and December and my 10 weeks of Christmas, you're going to get 3 card packets, plus you will get a PDF emailed to you with all 10 projects by the week number 8, which will be the very first part of December. So you'll still have a few weeks to use that PDF and make all the cards you want in time for Christmas. But week 8 for Tuesdays is the 6th of December, so you would have the PDF. And again, you can place your online order anytime starting today using the host code and anytime in these 10 weeks. So again, $35 gets you 3 card packets, more than 50 gets you 3 card packets and a PDF with all 10. Now you won't get the card packets for all 10, but just the PDF. Now, if your order is more than that, I'll figure out something else to throw in there for you for free. So if you go up to 75 or 100, maybe I'll throw in a free embellishment or something like that. But I just wanted to start out with a couple of free opportunities for you to get some card making supplies from me and some ideas. All right, so let's get started stamping, and I will place the information in the video details of what I just said, because I didn't have it typed up enough to be able to put here in the video. I'm not quite that tech savvy yet, working on it. I've told my son, who is 12, that at some point he's going to help me with videos and be my little video editor slash pop in all the cool things that people pop in as they're shooting videos. I don't know how to do all that yet, but I'm working on it and I'm learning as I go. So, hi Sherry, good to have you on here. Thank you for joining. All right, let's get to stamping. So the mini catalog, this is the set I'm going to be using at the mini catalog, the Decorated with Happiness bundle, which is on page 27. The bundle includes this lovely stamp set, which I've used quite a bit this season so far, and the coordinating dies. I don't know if you realize this, but this die set is amazing. It has 21 dies in it. Dies that cut out the images. So every time you see an image in a catalog that has a highlight on it, see how these have white behind it versus these don't? That means that the dies actually will cut out that shape. I'm not sure if you knew that, but that's how it is listed in the catalog. And then similarly, if it has a punch that coordinates it, it'll be highlighted like that. So some of these dies cut these out specifically. As an example, let me pull this big one off of here. Probably the one I shouldn't have picked to do this because it's very sticky, but this will cut out that image there. Versus this one is a detailed image that is, you know, you can pair with that, but this is the detailed die. Similarly, you've got one for this, plus you've got some other ornaments with very detailed, like a bell, some other pieces and parts that coordinate. Again, some of them match perfectly and do the outline, and that's why they're highlighted. And then some of them are the extra pieces and parts and detailed dies. So this one has 21 dies in it, which again, like I said, it's a great value. The bundle altogether is $51.25. So that's both for the stamp set and the die set. And that's a lot of pieces and parts. And like I said, I have thoroughly loved using this. There's two-step stamping. It's got a distinctive style, and that's the type of texture it shows when you stamp. It's got some really nice greetings. The different shapes of ornaments are nice. So I've enjoyed using it so far this season, and I know I'm not done with it yet. So that's what the stamp set looks like. Again, you can probably see it in the catalog, but page 27 is the Decorated with Happiness. I am actually pulling a greeting from one of our sets in the annual catalog. That's called Christmas to Remember. See, you can probably see the shading here too. So there's a die set that goes with this stamp set that cuts out dies that are shaded here on these greetings. This is one of my favorite Christmas greetings sets ever. It's been around for a couple of seasons now, and I love it. I love the different things in it, but I'm going to be using the Merry Christmas for today on today's card. And that's on page 45 of the annual catalog. It has another coordinating stamp set and die set, and that's the one with all the pine cones and holly pieces. I'll actually be using both of those at my class here on Thursday. All right, so let's get to stamping. Let me show you the card we're going to make. So this is the card. Again, it's not your traditional red and green, but it's Poppy Parade and Granny Apple Green, so a brightened up version. Let's start at the beginning. So for stamping, I'm taking a piece of basic white, and this is 4 by 2 3/4. So it's 4 inches across by 2 3/4. And I'm actually going to bring in some scrap paper because I don't want to mess up this grid paper until after October is over. And I'm going to be stamping the large piece of pine in Evening Evergreen. So it's a darker, actually no, I don't want Evening Evergreen. I'm sorry, Shaded Spruce is the color I wanted, not Evening Evergreen. Let me grab that from my ink rack. So Shaded Spruce is the dark green. So we're gonna ink up this stamp. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. And on this piece of white, and so again, it's 4 by 2 3/4. We're just going to stamp it, and again, it kind of goes off the edge at the top, and it doesn't quite go all the way across. And we're going to put some paper over there to cover up that gap in a moment. Next, so that was the Shaded Spruce. Next, I'm going to bring in the Granny Apple Green, which is the very bright green. And in the stamp set, you know, we just stamped this image. We're going to actually stamp this, which matches up with those 3 branches there. So this is kind of a 2-step fill-in stamp, and I am going to stamp this off because I don't want it so dark. I want it a little bit less dark. So I'm gonna stamp off. Hello, Cheryl. Thanks for joining. So I'm gonna stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp it over top of the branches that I stamped on my cardstock. So that's what we've got so far. Now that's the main stamping, and I've got a greeting to stamp in a moment, so I will come back to that. But in the meantime, we're going to put our other parts together. So we've got a base of granny apple green, and I cut this 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. All right. So got that there, and then we're going to take a piece of Poppy Parade. So granny apple green and Poppy Parade. So these are from the Brights collection or color family. So again, maybe not something you thought of for a Christmas color combo, but it totally works. I'm just going to adhere this to the card front base, and this piece is just 4 by 5 1/4. Then I'm going to take the piece I already stamped, and this can just be adhered straight down onto my Poppy Parade. And I'm going to just leave a nice about 3/4 to an inch at the top exposed, and then the remainder is still exposed at the bottom. Next, we're going to take a piece of designer series paper. Now this designer series paper, it's kind of fun, and it's hidden in the mini catalog. So if you have not seen this pack of paper, you need to take your catalog and open up the very last page. So this is actually the page that has like all the legal proprietary information, copyrighted, blah, blah, blah. This pack of paper here is Celebrate Everything. It is a host exclusive pack of paper, but you can get it by having a class or doing a workshop or placing an order that's $150 or more, and then you would use your rewards to get this pack of paper. This pack of paper is huge. It actually has 48 sheets of 12 by 12, and it is awesome. It has so many different seasonal designs. I have been using it so much. It has fall stuff. You can see the piece that I'm about to use here, but the flip side, some of them have different colors. There's Halloween paper. There's actually some that looks like fireworks, so fun for the New Year's cards. It has so many designs. These ornaments are so fun, some different colors, nice patterns as well to pair together, some dots, the black and white, black and yellow stars. So it's a really fun pack. And again, like I said, it's 12 by 12, and it has 48 sheets in it. So its value of it is over $30. But if you use host rewards or Stampin' rewards, you only pay $18. But you have to qualify to be able to order this pack of paper. But again, it's kind of a hidden pack of paper. It's in the back of the catalog. And I think I just totally messed up my screen. There we go. I bumped my camera, so hopefully it catches up. But it's there on page 87 and 86 of the mini catalog. But it is an awesome pack of paper. So I just use a little teeny piece of it. This is basically 1 inch by 2 3/4, and we are going to just adhere that right onto our stamped piece. And I just heard my husband pull in the driveway. He was coming home early today, so hopefully he doesn't try and bust in here. But you won't see him because my camera's down. So that's going to go right there to kind of cover up the edge of the pine bow. And then I have a teeny little strip of gold, and this is just our gold foil paper. Again, it's about a quarter of an inch, actually, not even a half, a quarter of an inch by 2 3/4. And I am going to use my adhesive and just tack that down onto that seam. So this is pulling in some gold accent colors, which is always nice for the holiday cards. Now we need to do our greeting before we finish up. So the greeting, like I said, I'm going to be using From Christmas to Remember, which is in the annual catalog. If you don't have a good holiday greeting set, this is a great one because you've got things you can put on the outside and then things you could definitely put on the inside as well, and mix and match. So I'll be using the shaded Spruce ink color again. and just stamping. Hold on just a moment. I'm going to have to pause. I'm sorry, you're going to have to
I don't know, I was hoping he did. I mentioned to him that I might call him before I got here. I got the clock motor for the water softener. I'll go on.
The life of living in a construction zone. Some contractor just showed up and I was not aware that they were going to be here. So I'm going to stamp this real quick, and I'm going to have to pause. So, because I have to let him in to the other door, but he came to my stamp door. So I'm going to pause for just a moment and I'll be right back.
I remember the salt tank was leaking. Now look at this, see, it's another thing now.
Yes, we did that. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. I am back and I'm going to finish my project. Okay, so I stamped the greeting again in the shaded spruce ink, and now I am going to finish off with my final pieces to finish the card. Back to the dies. As I mentioned, there's a lot of dies that are detailed and that are outline pieces. I'm actually taking the bell, and the bell I have taken a piece of gold foil, the same piece we accented with here, and I've cut out the bell, and I'm going to do that. And then I took some more of the Poppy Parade and cut out the little teeny bow in Poppy Parade cardstock. So now we'll just adhere those with some glue dots. I should be using my pick tool, but I'm just going to stick them on with my fingernails. And I'm just putting like 3 glue dots on these. That should be sufficient. But look how pretty that detailed die is, especially in the foil. We're just going to adhere that right there on the branch like it's hanging from our Christmas tree. And then I'll take one for the Poppy Parade bow. See, I thought it was my husband pulling in, but it was actually a contractor who he was supposed to be meeting, but I didn't know about. So yay for communication. All right, so there's the bow. And then the last thing I'm going to pull in are some of my sequins. Again, the sequins that I have been using all season since the mini catalog came out. They're called adhesive-backed seasonal sequins. They have been in and out of orderable. I think right this moment they are not orderable, but they are coming back. But this pack has a green, a red, which is actually garden green and sweet sorbet, a whitish color, and then gold, which is what I'm going to use to tie in the gold. Now I will bring out my pick tool and pop a few of these on here. Let's stick one there, and let's stick one there and one over here. There you have it. A fun Christmas card for week 1 of 10 weeks of Christmas. Here's my other one that I showed you earlier. Now I also did stamp a greeting on the inside, again from that Christmas to Remember set. May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. So again, like I said, this set has a lot of greetings you could use for both the outside and the inside of your card. And just remember that if you use my host code or place online orders, so even if you place a large order, you don't have to use my host code because you want to get your own rewards to be able to get that paper or other free product for your larger orders. But if you want to place the orders between now and my 10 weeks of Christmas, Any $35 or more order is going to get you 3 card packets. So they'll be random out of the 10 cards, just 3 different ones, card packets. So as an example, you would get all the pieces and parts for this. So you'd get all the die cut pieces, all the paper already cut to size. You would just have to do some kind of stamping here and a greeting. You would even get a couple of the embellishments for this packet. So that's an example of what you would get for 1 card packet if you place your order of 35 or more between now and the 10 weeks of Christmas. If your order is 50 or more, you're going to get, again, 3 different card packets and then a PDF of all 10 projects. So, all right, everybody, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and we will see you online or maybe in person if you're local soon. And I'm looking forward to sharing these next 10, almost 10 weeks with you. Bye, everybody.